Okay, so first I'm gonna go in with this BH Cosmetics Opalescent palette. And I'm gonna start with this shade right here called Grace. And I'm just gonna start to put that in my crease. So, I've never done it like Get Ready With Me, so I don't know if I'm gonna be blabbering too much, but I'm ready to talk. So lately I've been working on my new lash line. I'm coming out with a mink lash line. I'm sorry if my wig looks wiggy right here. I kind of got the like glue a little ugly, but don't pay attention to that. Don't drag me, please. But yeah, so anyway, going back to my lashes. So I'm starting my mink lash line. They're gonna be real 3D minks, really pretty like styles. If you know me, you know like I love dramatic stuff, so my styles are gonna be pretty dramatic. Not anything like crazy, because I don't like too much, but I want it to be fitting to my personality and like, you know, what I use, what I wear. With that being said, I'm just gonna kind of release like 4 styles and then go from there. So judging on like, you know, the sales and everything, that's kind of where I'll determine if I want to add in like something a little bit more natural or even something more dramatic. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to lately. I haven't really done any like new business things lately because, I mean, being honest, I got really comfortable with the money that I was making through my Instagram and my makeup artistry. Those of you that know me know that I've done beauty classes here in Houston and LA, and I've done celebrity makeup mostly in LA, a little bit here, but mostly in LA. Worked for like, you know, E! And done like award shows and things like that. So when I'm in LA, I really focus on like the makeup artistry part, and then when I'm home, that's where I focus on like the content creating part. So like, you know, doing my photos for Fashion Nova and like other clothing brands. It's like Lola Shoutique, who's now Miss Lola, and Pretty Little Thing, etc. So yeah, so when I'm home, I'm mostly focused on like just getting my pictures out, promoting my videos for makeup, creating little makeup videos or YouTube videos or whatever with my makeup. So with all those things, I was always having like income. So like I definitely got comfortable and definitely just started to slack like business wise, because I just felt like, well, I always have money coming in, like I'm good. So I'm kind of like in the process of like rebranding myself and, you know, starting new businesses and things like that. Now I'm gonna go in with this shade Gorgeous. But yeah, so I definitely am starting to kind of venture out into other things of beauty. I want to start to do the mink lashes. I'm in the process of getting that started, like the individuals. I'm sorry, lash extensions, that's what I meant. And then I even want to like start doing the microblading. I just kind of want to have like all things under my belt, like whatever works out great, whatever doesn't, cool. Like I'm not too worried about it, because I do always have like my clients and stuff, and it's about to be prom season and wedding season, so I'm gonna have a lot of other things to, you know, keep me financed and busy. But I definitely want to learn how to do those things, because obviously you can never make too much money. I'm still going in with the same color, I'm just adding more layers to it to make it a little bit deeper. But yeah, so that's what I'm up to right now, just kind of broadening my horizons in the beauty industry. I even thought about doing real estate, because I used to be in sales like before I like got into all this. It like broke my heart to think that I'd be like going off into another field, because I'm so used to beauty, and like that was where I started. I love it. So yeah, so I definitely thought about that, but I thought, no, what the hey, let's just start another business venture and see where it goes. And I didn't want to do it for a while, because well, first of all, my best friend does lashes as well. She sells her own, and I didn't want to like step on her toes, but then, you know, I talked to her and I realized that she, which I completely forgot, she definitely did tell me, but I forgot that she customized like her own. So she has like her own particular like lashes that like she worked on to kind of create from scratch. So yeah, so I won't have any of her styles. We won't have any like competition. Our price points are different, of course, because hers are customized and mine are just kind of the styles that I loved and chose that were already like pre-created. So yeah, but so what I did was I just added some of this Wet n Wild cream liquid eyeshadow. It's kind of like an eyeshadow base. I don't know if that focused. It's kind of like an eyeshadow base. It's not really like an eyeshadow, but yeah, so I just added that to the lid so I can lay down a little bit of shimmer. Also, this is the look that I did on my last surgery videos that everyone was like commenting, asking me like to create this makeup, which I thought was crazy because it's super basic and like simple, but it's what I do like every day. Like if I'm on the run, I have to go do like, I shouldn't say that, that sounds criminal. When I'm like going to run errands, or I have like a business meeting or like some kind of like appointment, and I'll just throw this makeup look on and be out the way. So it's really quick. It's gonna be longer obviously because I'm talking through it, but it's kind of like my 10-minute makeup. So I'm gonna go in with this shade called Star, this one right here too called Dazzle. So it's two shimmer shades that I'm mixing, and I'm barely touching them because I don't want too much on my brush, and I'm just going to pat that on my lid. Super simple. I'm not like carving any like crease out or anything. I'm just like throwing that on the lid. So I'm pretty much done with the eyes. We'll go back to them in a little bit once we're done with the face. So now I'm gonna go in with these two products, the Laura Mercier oil-free primer, and then this one is the new Flawless Lumiere. I think that's what it's called, Lumiere, I don't know. Foundation. This one is supposed to be a little bit more like dewy, hence the name. It's like, it says Radiance Perfecting Foundation, so that's why I'm doing it with the oil-free primer, because I am oily and I'm scared of like what it would look like if I didn't do the oil-free. So that's why I'm just gonna do this one instead of like the hydrating one. And what I do with primers is I'm not a primer person. Again, if you know me, you know I'm not a primer person. So what I do is I just take a little bit of it and I just like press it into the skin. You don't want to press too hard on the skin because you don't want to like cause wrinkles and pull on it or anything, or pull on it and then end up causing wrinkles. So I just kind of tap it into the skin a little bit. Going in with the foundation, I'm just going to go in with the Laura Mercier sponge. It has like a really like different like shape to it. So it really like hugs the face, which is really cool. This is like a perfect match for me because you can't even see that I'm putting it on. Now I'm gonna go in with two Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealers. I'm gonna take shades 3W and 2W, and I'm just gonna start to blend that out. I feel like this sponge does kind of absorb product, but it's weird because I feel like it's not in a bad way. Like it keeps, I feel like it's taking just the right amount of product and blending just the right amount of product, if that makes sense. So I feel like it would be hard for you to get your foundation or like your concealer cakey with this sponge, because it's like taking like just the right amount that like you need, like don't need, if that makes sense. Now I'm gonna take these other two Laura Mercier concealers. These are in the shades 4N and 6N. I'm gonna take a little bit of both of those and put them on the back of my hand to kind of warm them up, and then just go in with a brush and then just start to contour. I like to stipple it when it comes to this brush. It just works better when I do it this way. But yeah, so I anticipate launching in, I want to say maybe like a week, more or less. I just kind of have to decide on like the website that I want to use so that you guys can do like the purchasing or whatever. There's like Shopify, there's Wix, there's I don't know, something like Cartel or something, I don't know. So I really just have to decide on which one I want, and get like my cards made. I pretty much have all of like the other things that I need, and then of course I'm waiting for my inventory to come in. I chose my styles and I contacted my vendor or wholesaler, whatever you want to call it, and those should be shipping in soon, if not already. And yeah, so I plan on having all of that like ready in about a week. So I'll have to get my cards and stuff, but my uncle does those, so that'll be pretty quick. But yeah, so I'm almost done, almost ready to go and get it on and poppin'. So now I'm gonna go in with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I'm gonna take it on a beauty blender because I don't know how that like sponge is gonna do with powder. I'm just going to start to set the face. So lately I've also been setting the brows with powder too. I don't know who I saw do that. I can't even tell you, but I started to do it, and it does keep my brows on longer, especially because I have very oily skin. Now something that I'm really excited to use is the Hoola Benefit Bronzer. This one is their new limited edition like jumbo brush. Super cool. Just gonna kind of go over the contour that I laid down. Y'all, I love Hoola. Like, I've already always loved Hoola, but I love it even more now with this big brush and this like big size. Oh, I love it. Now I'm going to go in with this really super cute palette by BH Cosmetics, blushing in Bali. And I'm gonna take these two shades for my blush, and then I'm gonna mix these two shades for my highlights. Okay guys, so my audio on my mics went out, and I purchased these from Amazon, so I'll put those in the description bar so you can know what not to purchase. But anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this video with a voiceover. So I'm going on ahead and applying those two shades of highlight from the palette. Just going in with some more of those brown tones that I used from the BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm just kind of smoking out my lower lash line. So now I'm going to go in with the Benefit Roller Liner, and I'm just going to line the top of my lash line. I'm not doing any wing, just lining it and preparing it for my lashes. Now I'm going to go in with the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, and I'm just going to do a light coat on my top lashes. Nothing crazy, just simple. And then really focus on my bottom lashes because those are the ones that I need to stand out. These are a style from my new lash line. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop those on and come right back for the rest of the video. Now I'm going in with the NYX lip pencil liner. This one is in the shade Nude Beige. And as you can see, I'm putting that all over my lips so I can prepare for the gloss that I'm going to use, since it's just a little bit too nude for me. So I just lay that base down first. Now I'm going in with this Morphe gloss, and I'm just going ahead and putting that all over my lips And you can see it's like the perfect nude after I laid down that liner and gave my lips just a little bit of color. And then I'm just going to go ahead and kind of mix it a little bit so that way there's no harsh lines of the liner. Now I'm going to go ahead and start on the hair. I'm using this Bedhead 1 1/4 inch hair wand, and then I'm going to use this straightener that I purchased from TJ Maxx. So now I'm going to go ahead and just kind of part my hair. Excuse the glue buildup on my forehead. Don't talk about me, please. I'm going to go in and correct that after. But anyway, so here I'm just parting it and kind of deciding where exactly it needs to be parted. Now I'm going to start to kind of straighten out the top of it. You can see I parted it back over to the side with my clip because I'm going to do this in sections so that way it's as flat as possible. Now after I'm done with the flattening with the iron, I'm just going to go in with my wand and really push that down and reinforce it. I find that going in with this makes it a lot easier because it gets that top part a little bit better. I'm going in with a little bit of my leftover concealer from my brush, no new products, and I'm just kind of going through the middle of my hairline to make that stand out a little bit better and match my forehead a little bit more. Now after that, I'm going in with a little bit of the bronzer that I used, and I'm just going in with a detailed brush and kind of putting that right in that naked spot that's on my forehead just to cover it up and make it uniform with the rest of the forehead. Now I'm taking that speck of makeup that I had in my hair. It was driving me crazy. I think it was a little bit of liner that was left over on my nail when it got in there. So now I'm just parting my hair, kind of sectioning it towards the very bottom and putting the rest of it up. And I'm taking the sides of it and I'm going to start to wrap that around my barrel. So what I do is I will wrap it an inch away from the scalp, and I wrap it around 2 to 3 times depending on the length of the hair. And then I leave about another inch and a half out. I'm going to kind of fast forward through this. And then I start to get lazy because this wig is pretty thick. So I just let down more hair. And since I kind of already had a little bit of a curl to the hair, I'm just kind of going over the curls that I feel are absolutely necessary. So now when I start to get to the top of the head, as you can see, I'm pressing that hair down again. And I'm making sure that the hair that I use is laying on top of the barrel. And then you can see I'm starting to run the barrel up and down motions. And this is just going to help create like a softer curl. And then once I'm done, I'm going to flatten it out one more time, just so that way I don't look big-headed, because again, this wig is a little bit thick. And since I did train it to sit the other way, it looks a little bit thicker at the top than it normally would. Now I'm just gonna run my fingers through the curls. But here is the completed look. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.